And welcome back. Our final conversation for the morning is with the representatives of the S.C.A. St. Catherine Academy as they celebrate 140 years of service to Belize. That being said, we have with us the principal of S.C.A., Salome Tillett. Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning. Good morning.
We also have with us Sister Rose Rivero from S.C.A. as well. Good morning.
Good morning.
140 years. Wow, that's a very long time for any school to be in existence, right? Okay. It's almost as if though, like, if we're comparing it to the Ivy League schools in the United States that have that history and that legacy. Where do we begin from with that, with S.C.A.? Because that's a mighty long time.
Yes. I think the story of the beginning is a good one. Sister Rose, maybe you could share.
Yeah. Okay. Belize, we only had one parish, which became Holordima, but and the Spanish Jesuits were here in Belize, but they opened a school which became Holordima, but this was only for boys.
Yeah.
And as a result, they wanted to have a girls' school, so they approached the Sisters of Mercy in New Orleans for this school. Mm-hmm. Well, they were up to it. They would love to come, but they had to get permission.
Yeah.
So Father De Pietro, who became the bishop later on in Belize, had to go to Rome because they were sending these sisters to a foreign country. Mm-hmm. But anyway, eventually in 79, he went 1883. The sisters came, mm-hmm. and immediately within that week, they ran the Spanish school, as they call it, the Holordima, and then they started our own school, St. Catherine's Elementary, and then they extended it to the high school later on. So beside that, the sisters, beside doing school work, they were also sisters in the Ministry of Healthcare. Mm-hmm. So they've been in that, and that was their day job. On weekends, they went to the missions. Like the sisters went to Bomba, St. Anne, Our Lady of the Way, Sister Catherine, which became Ladyville today, and all over. And as people retired from school, they took on other ministries. Like we had Sister down in PG who ran a clinic, mm-hmm. and Sister Rebecca went into studying nursing, so. But they always had
ministry.
And the prison the sisters were always involved in prison ministry. Mm-hmm. As you know, the prison was our neighbor.
Yes, for many years.
Sister, what you gonna bring me for Christmas? Right through the window,
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, and I'm not going to be here for Christmas. Can you bring my gift soon? But anyway, so the Sister Consuelo really did that a lot. She became principal at one time at St. Catherine's too. But she took on the prison ministry, and she used to go with the gallows, with the condemned.
Wow.
That's a special gift to do that. So she did that. And then later on, other sisters did the prison ministry, in different...
So what did you guys do to celebrate 140 years, or what are you doing? Perhaps it's a year-long celebration, I would want to think.
It is a year-long celebration, and it's a celebration of our history, our legacy, tradition, mm-hmm. the impact of mercy on Belize, and worldwide, because we have women all over the world who are doing exceptional work. And so here in Belize, this weekend, as we celebrate these women that came, and what I always get from that story is, in that time, you could imagine 140 years to leave home, young woman leave home to a colony that was barely developed at that time, and not knowing if you'd ever see home again. The courage that it took to do that, and I think that is what we have inherited, that legacy of not being afraid to tread on uneven waters, the courage to inspire even despite challenges. And so that is what we celebrate today, the character, the spirit, the qualities, the legacy of mercy and our mercy women. And we start on Friday morning with a panel. We call it Mercy and Me. And we've asked alumni who have done outstanding work in Belize, who we see as inspiration. Justice Michelle Arana, your very own Marlene Cuellar. We also have Sister Lisa Griffith, who is from the Mercy Education System, because now that we've moved away from having all these sisters on campus, we've evolved into a structure that allows for a body to oversee all Mercy schools throughout the Americas. That's MESA. So there are 42 Mercy high schools owned or sponsored by the Sisters of Mercy. And so these women are going to be sharing their point of view. Honorable Tracy Panton will be a part of that panel as well. And so they'll be inspiring the young girls and talking about how Mercy has impacted them. Immediately following that, we are doing a street parade, a little celebration, showcase of Mercy.
Yeah.
We are doing, and it's going to be a little bit different, celebrating women. And then on Saturday, we have a mass for our alumni, big mass, a little entertainment follows. And on Sunday, the sisters have a more private celebration. And through the course of the year, we have a prayer book that we will launch. We have a gala lined up for September, and to alumni out there planning to come to Belize, add the 23rd to your schedule. We also were working on a stamp collection. Like, there's just, so many ways we could celebrate what Mercy has given to Belize and the world.
I want to touch on the legacy, the prestige of attending the St. Catherine's Academy. It has had such a long-standing reputation of being an institution of prestige, of honor if you go to that school, really. How have you guys sustained that?
Well, the challenge is to combine the principles that don't change, our faith, spiritual growth, honoring women, seeing empowerment of women as key to what we do, and moving with the times. So we are in a world where technology is important, putting in programs that prepare our girls to live in the world that they live in, so it's a unique combination, really. I always tell the sisters, I would do this for free. It's so special. Mercy Legacy plus combining with our team of teachers, administrators who look at how we can poise our girls to be ready for what comes next. How do we prepare them? So we love our legacy, we live it every day, we value it, but we can't stay there. We have to be moving also with our times.
You have to evolve.
Yes.
And I will tell you this much, I can definitely see that it's effective, because I have witnessed interacting with young people coming out of primary school, and when you ask them, of course girls, what high school do you want to go to? S.C.A. tops that list. How does it feel knowing that your work is that impactful, that little girls are itching, they're waiting, they're excited to attend an institution with so much respect?
It's a special privilege, really, because we see that as an honor, because those 4 years of high school is when our young girls make the transition to young adulthood. So we walk that journey with them. If you take the pictures in first form, ponytail, pigtails, plaits. By fourth form, it's all sophistication. It's perm hair. It's fighting with them about nails and eyebrows and all the rest of it. So we make that journey with them, and something about that is unforgettable. Because they go on to become doctors, and they remember their high school years, their high school friends. The friendships are important. And I think with our student council, we've been able to add fun to it. So yes, we do a lot of rigorous academic work, but there's a lot of fun too. There's a lot of things that help the girls themselves, because when we have girls that transfer in, who told them to come here? S.C.A. girls, they're our best marketing ambassadors, because they're out there. Oh, my school is so much fun. And I always remember I was speaking to a principal of an elementary school, and she said, more recently, she said, what do you do to your girls? She said, I told my daughter, I'll send your bed to S.C.A. She said, because everything you get, she's sick and want to go to school.
Oh my.
So what do you do with these girls? I said, we just love them. We respect them. We love them.
So,
you know.
as a parent, I'm also faced with the same. So I have a daughter who will be transitioning to high school in the coming months, for September. And my goal is to be able to share with her all the options that are available to her. But she is gung-ho on S.C.A. like
My point exactly.
you can't say, okay, well, these are all the other high schools that you can go to and look into applying and what have you if she has her mind made up, right? But it's a long-standing tradition, though, right? And I think as much as there is SJC for the boys, there is S.C.A. and Palote for the girls. It's a part of that tradition where you're grounded in faith. I think that's the first thing that is there, is that you go there because there's a structure and a belief system that you will be a part of. And I think for the most part, once you get involved with these institutions, it shapes you in terms of your role in society down the road. I think that's one of the factors that separate these three secondary schools. S.C.A. though, you guys take the cake. I mean,
Yeah.
Thank you.
yeah.
You can't argue with that S.C.A. girl.
Thank you.
I think we shouldn't shortchange Muffles,
Okay.
because Muffles is also our sister school.
Okay.
Okay, that was started by the Jesuits, and then we took it over in the 60s. So it is our mercy school. So they're our sisters.
That is for
And
our good
brothers.
friends at Orange
Yes,
Walk.
in Orange
Yes.
Walk, yeah.
And I'll tell you this much, sister, interacting with persons from Orange Walk, I would say S.C.A. is like the Muffles for Orange Walk because they carry that same level of pride. They are very proud of
Yeah.
being students of that high school as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
Well, talk to us about what's next for S.C.A.
Well, the future is filled with opportunities, and I believe our limitation is only our imagination. We could do anything. Anything is possible. My friend Dr. Jules always said the Caribbean, what stifles us is not our lack of resources, but our lack of imagination, and I believe that. I think that the team that we have at S.C.A., our teachers, they do amazing things every day. They have wonderful ideas. They are willing to push the bar. So where we are, actually I should say this, our technology club group, they are finalists in the Caribbean Science Foundation Science and Technology competition, and it is because these kids are willing to work hard. They go above and beyond, and so if they come to us, like we ask them, what would you like to see? If money was not the problem, what would you like to see happen at your school? And we have a list that we are working down from. And this is from the students. They say, we would like to see, well, of course, the comforts like AC in every classroom, you know, but they also want to see different programs. They want to see preparation for certain areas. They want to do more in the community. They want to do more with women. So they guide us, you know. We see where it starts with them. But that's why I say, you know, we talk about the essay of the future. It could be anything because imagination is the limitation.
You know,
The work will be there.
I want to talk about some of your graduates last year. We saw some of the graduates transitioning to Ivy League schools as well.
Yes.
That's so. Can you
Yes.
talk about what that means to the
Yes.
school?
I mean, it's immensely important for us. We saw, for example, Salome, who was offered a $500,000 US scholarship,
Wow.
you know, to attend a school. She chose to go to Colombia, and she has gone and she has done well. She is like a joy for the school, I believe. And she has taken on the challenge with, like, I can do this. You know, I'm a Mercy girl. I can do this. I will represent my school. I will represent Belize well. So when they came, a group of girls, actually we have girls in Canada, in the US, they came and we asked them, like, what are the areas that we need to help you so you are better prepared? And they were able to say, miss, we felt we could handle it in just about every subject. One area they pointed out to us is research. Prepare us to do research, to quote the MLA and AP and all those pesky things that are necessary in a research paper.
Yeah.
They cited that as something. They also said, like, critical thinking. I think we need a little bit more, but they realize that they go into schools where students actually prepare to go into those schools. We didn't do anything extraordinary. Our ordinary, everyday preparation
Was
enough to get them there and to get them doing well. Maybe they say they're not the usual 4.0 that they automatically got. They have to work harder, but they are able to handle it. There's no one who is not making it. And so please tell that to your daughter and to her father. She will be well prepared, wherever she goes.
All right. Well, thank you so much for joining us. I mean, I definitely believe that I speak for everyone when we say that S.C.A. Leaves a legacy that will continue for decades, perhaps another century to come.
We certainly hope so.
Is there any parting messages that you guys would like to share?
Well, I'll say two things if you give me the opportunity. One is that of the models of school, you have all boys, you have co-ed, and you have all girls. All girls, the research shows, all girls is the best school for girls. They are not in competition with the boys. They are able to flourish and foster, and we can teach to the style that a more nurturing environment that suits them. So I think that's a big factor in it. And also I want to encourage alumni to participate. This is a celebration of you. Wherever you are, whatever you do, we encourage you, come out, be a part of the mass on Saturday, be a part of the parade by groups. We're hoping they'll join a few others and be a part of this little parade. The sisters will lead us. We have sisters visiting from Honduras even, where the sisters from Belize went to start an orphanage. So we would be very happy to see them, and also for the sisters to celebrate with them.
All right. And you, Sister Rose?
Oh, there's just so many things. Yes, we're very happy that this has continued through the years, and we hope that we would get new members. That is a big, one of the things as I was rereading the history, after the hurricane in 1933, they wanted help because the buildings were demolished and they needed help, and they appealed to the sisters in the States. 1,000 people volunteered. 1,000 people volunteered, and of course we had no buildings, but that generosity, I don't know, even among the priests too, it isn't there today. So I would like to see how that can be changed, because St. Catherine's is going to be just a lay school, lay principal and lay teachers, but we need some of the sisters' presence. I think the sisters' presence bring a different aspect to the school, and so we've been trying, Salome's been trying hard to encourage the girls, It's a good life. It's rewarding.
What has the reaction been from the girls?
Oh, they know, but it's like,
Do they think they have to be perfect?
No. The mothers say, I want grandchildren.
Oh, okay.
But they find out later that might not have been the best choice.
Oh my goodness. Well, that's debatable. I mean, there's so many ways that you can look at that.
Yeah.
But again, thank you guys so much for joining us and talking about your legacy. We thank you guys so much for being on set and sharing the history of S.C.A. and hopefully a legacy that can continue.
Thank you very much. We hope to have it documented in a museum one of these days. The sisters have an extensive archive with a lot of the historical facts, both in Belize and abroad.
Wow.
The facts are stored. So one day we will have an archive and you'll be welcome to
view.
We'll definitely be
step in.
documenting that.
Yes.
All right, well, that concludes our final segment, and we will be coming back to wrap up the show. Thank you guys so much for joining us, and when we come back, we'll be having another little chit chat and just covering up everything. Don't go away.